Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, December 22nd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Real quick, a couple of clarifications. First off, the price you see over here will be changing, and the candlestick you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning again, each one of these candlesticks here represent 30 minutes worth of time. Stock number one, SINT. Absolutely beast move today, and now a very nice pattern. And you got to think a lot of people are watching this pattern, and when lots of people are watching the same patterns, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movements. So the level here that I think a lot of other people are watching is going to be right up here around $14.50. Now, maybe not $14.50 exactly, but generally speaking, right up around that area is definitely going to be a key level and an area that's being watched. So does that guarantee anything? Of course not. No such thing as a guarantee. But is it logical? Is it plausible to think that if the price can work its way back up to this area and get a break up through $14.50, that break could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a very valid outcome of that situation happening. So if you like to play breakouts, then definitely keep an eye on $14.50. For those that like to play more so pullbacks, very interesting pullback level at this point. Going to be right down there around $10.40. So like I said, if you prefer more to play stocks that are pulling back to you, because even if this pullback here continues, and then you factor in what happened beforehand, you'd still have a nice bull flag pattern. So breakout, pullback, I can see everybody's angles, and that's where it just comes back to you as an individual trader and using whatever strategy works best for your personal risk tolerance. Next, CENN, penny stock here that made a very, very impressive move today, and now there's definitely a showdown that's coming, and this has to do with the pink line up there, which on my chart represents the very well-known, the very famous 200-period moving average. Even if you have a surface, deep level of understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of that 200-period moving average, and you know that when the price is down below it, it does tend to act as resistance. So more of the story, 46 cents, going to be that key breakout point to watch going into Thursday. Very impressive move today. And, is this movement going to continue? Keep an eye on that level. Now, let me be very clear. Does it absolutely have to break that level on Thursday in order for the chart to remain bullish? Absolutely not. That's just going to be the next key battleground to watch closely moving forward. Once again, for you pullback players, former breakout point down here right at the 36-cent mark. So if you like to play pullbacks, then 36 cents is a pretty logical level right there. And as I just mapped out on the previous one, even if this thing does pull back, all you'd still have is a nice bull flag pattern. So breakout players, pullback players, however you want to look at it, it definitely fits into both of those, especially if you like to play penny stocks. Next, LASE, and like the other ones, very well-defined pattern here, so you got to think that a lot of people are watching it. Pattern here, let's get the trend line in place right there, and while this is going on, meaning this downtrend line right here, whoops, there we go. You also have this downwards channel right here. So yes, the price, in fact, let me change that here to green to represent support. And maybe I don't even need to do this because you've already seen this before, but we do have a downwards channel here, resistance, support, but before the downwards channel, you had this big explosive move up. So once again, another bull flag pattern. So the other ones are potential bull flags if the price continues to pull back. This one has essentially already become a bull flag. So again, guarantees, no, but is it plausible? Is it valid to think that the price can come up here and get the break to the upside of that pattern, that break could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a valid, thought process to go through. So if you like to play stocks down below $5, you like bull flag patterns, here you go. Next one, VERO, penny stock. That is an absolute train wreck, but for you longer time viewers, you know what I'm going to say next. So yes, this is a very ugly looking chart, but there can be opportunity in the ugly. This, of course, is based on the premise that you are a disciplined trader, that you can honor stop losses and all that good stuff, because you don't want to turn into some sort of bag holder. But if you are a disciplined trader and you like to play these big old nasty movements where it's looking like game over, it's looking like everybody's, giving up hope, then definitely keep an eye right here around that 30-cent mark, which is a former breakout point. So you have this former area of resistance. Then you also have a couple of key moving averages down there too. That pink line being the 200 period, as I mentioned earlier, and that purple line being the 50 period moving average. Let me be very clear. Does that mean that for sure guaranteed this thing is going to bounce upwards? No, but is it plausible? Is it valid to think that it could find a bid there, could find some buyers and get some sort of bounce? Yeah, that is certainly a valid thought process. So from a risk reward standpoint, if you're good at structuring those, if you're good and most importantly at being a disciplined trader, honoring stops, then you could have yourself a very interesting trade plan. Next one, AMC, good solid day here as the price has finally been able to show some upwards movements. So not only did the price not put in any new lows, actually put in finally a higher high there and broke outside of this sideways channel, which I talked about previously, which brings up the first update. And this update just based on the rule that states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support, especially in this case of $5, and let's just call it 10 cents. Why is 5.10 so important? Not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down here and then fall down below it, what is that doing to the price? At that point, that is quite literally putting the price, well, right back inside of this channel that it just broke out of. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements with genuine power are not going to go back inside of where they were. They're going to keep on progressing forward. So on that note, if the price comes down here, finds some support, and then heads back up, what would you then have in that situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows there, lows there, lows there. And if you envision those as stair-steps, well, now you have stair-steps progressing in the upwards direction. So very nice move today. Good to see it broke out of the sideways channel. Now can it stay out of the channel without falling back inside of it? Let's see how the next couple of days play out. Real quick, I wanted to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online training that I'm offering tomorrow. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the free training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then I want you to get signed up for the free live training. Next, GOTU. Did this one a few days ago with the uptrend, and the uptrend has just continued. My problem was I was pretty late to the party with the trend to begin with, yet this has been such a powerful trend and continues to be that even when I did the last video, it's made a whole lot of progress since then. So I want to just get a couple things updated because I think I mentioned this last time I did it, but if you're writing a textbook and you're writing, needing an example for the uptrend chapter, I mean, this would be a perfect example that you could use for that chapter. But like I said, let's get a couple things updated here. First key update, let's move up to this former breakout point right there at 345. That'll be the new ideal level of support. Ideal meaning for to ask Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute healthiest going forward? And yeah, ideally, if the price can stay above 345, that would be best. But if the price falls below there, don't get me wrong, it's not like the entire chart's destroyed or anything like that. But yeah, staying above 345 would be fantastic. And then from the bigger picture point of view, continue to watch that purple line there, which you now know is a 50-period moving average. In fact, you can see classic example right there. Price came down to it, found support, and then got a very nice bounce off of it. So keep an eye on those levels of support. In terms of resistance, nothing fancy or complicated here. Literally just a question of where did the party and momentum stop today? And that was right up there at $3.93. So for that reason and that reason alone, it's going to be where the key level of resistance is headed into Thursday. But overall, the uptrend continues. Next one, CORZ. I'm going to quickly go through this one because it's pretty straightforward, but I've had quite a few people ask about it. And yeah, overall, this thing just turned out to be a pump and dump. Now, I don't mean in the sense of this company's being run out of some bunker in Somalia. I just mean from a price action standpoint. And my definition of a pump and dump is that a price explodes and then goes right back to where it was. So you can see right here, this move started, absolute explosion, huge move. But now when we look at where it was, and this all took place in just a few days, not only has it gone back down to where it started, so right, that's where it started, it has gone even lower. So again, huge move, and not only has it returned to where it all began, it just kept dropping and is now even lower. And in my opinion, that is the epitome of a pump and dump. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and the downtrend continues, although maybe, just maybe, some sort of bottom finally forming. And I say that because for the most part today, price just went sideways. Now, let me be very clear. Just because the price has been going down and then goes sideways does not mean that guaranteed, oh, that's the bottom. My point is it plausible to start to think that way? Is that rational? Absolutely. So again, guaranteed bottom? Of course not. Plausible to start to think that maybe, just maybe, some sort of bottom is forming and that Tesla might get a bounce? Yeah, in my mind, that is a very rational thought process to have. With that being said, the newest level of support now that was established after today, right down there at 136, give or take a little bit. You can see twice the price was down around that area and both times did hold. So is that some sort of double bottom? Maybe. We'll see what happens with it, but definitely keep an eye on that. Whereas if the price goes down to there and then just crashes through it, well, at that point, this was just a faulty bottom and the downtrend continues. In terms of levels of resistance, first key level to watch closely going to be right there at the 141 mark. And then even if the price does break through there, continue to watch that purple line up there, the 50-period moving moving average, which has been a very, very stubborn level over the course of time. But yeah, definitely interesting. Got some sideways movement. Is a bigger bounce coming for Tesla. Let's see how the next couple of days play out. Next one, CCL, very, very explosive opening 30 minutes, which you can see by that candle right there, which does bring up the question, okay, yeah, very nice day, but is there any sort of genuine power behind it? I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make that question very easy to answer. And it goes back to the whole idea of prices going back to where they were, which is what in my mind makes $8.20 a must-hold level. Why is that the case? Well, let's just first say that the price comes down here and then just drops below it. What is that doing? Well, as you know, that would be putting the price right back to where it was, which is, again, that's not a sign of any sort of genuine power. Now, to be fair, no price can go straight up though, right? So maybe the price comes down here, but the difference being 820 holds, and then it starts to work its way back upwards. Now, all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have that low, and if you envision those as those stair steps, now you have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what a genuinely strong move is going to do. Not go straight up, nothing goes straight up, but it is going to show signs of progress. And again, in this situation, quote unquote, the sign of progress being staying up above $8.20. In terms of levels of resistance, keep an eye on our good friend up there, that pink line, 200 period moving average, currently valued right there at the $9 mark. But no doubt about it, very, very impressive move today. Is it the start of something bigger? Is there genuine power behind it? Let's see if it can start to show some progress. Next one, TQQQ, which is a very popular ETF that follows the NASDAQ. So if you think that the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to rise, then this one will also rise. It just allows you to get entry at a much lower price level, which is what makes it so popular. So for those of you that have watched past watch list videos, then hopefully you remember me talking about this one yesterday and how it was at a very interesting location. Was there going to be some sort of breakout? And yes, the price did get the breakout. So very, very good move right there. But now we have, think back to AMC, and how we don't want to see the price falling back inside of the channel. So right here at $18.30, that was a resistance, but now this would be considered a level of support. And the big dynamic with that is you don't want to see the price going back to where it was. So yes, nice breakout here. Is this the start of something much bigger for the NASDAQ as a whole? Let's see if it can make progress. If it comes down here and it just falls back inside of the pattern, well, as you now know, not a good thing. But if the price comes down here and then can at least go sideways before working its way back upwards, well, now you have those stair steps and signs of progress. So in my mind, $18.30, very, very revealing level moving forward in terms of whether or not the past couple of days are any sort of genuine power or not. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, definitely keep a close eye on that level up there at $19.35. But yeah, got that trend line break today. Is there going to be more continuation? Is this the start of an actually strong bullish move? Let's see if it can make some progress. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the class. It'll be Thursday, December 22nd, so very soon at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment below. Say thanks. Tell me what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow. But those two things help out the channel and communicate to me that you enjoy these top 10 videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying, I will continue to put in the time and effort to make them for you. So again, get signed up for that free class. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.